Hello everyone, Kyle here, and Jim loves chickens, which can only mean one thing. It's time for some more WorldBox. In this video, we'll do something never done before in the history of all of humanity, at least on this channel. A mini game I like to call Orcs vs Animals, People and Themselves. Because if there's one thing any WorldBox fan knows, it's that orcs are jerks and make terrible roommates. So let's get started. We'll start with a large blank map. Next, we'll turn all the ages off except the first one to minimize random events. Over in the World's Lore tab, we'll turn off animal spawn but leave the baby one on as they're super cute. We'll also switch off the biomes overgrowth and erosion rules, as I hate it when worlds naturally change, and finish it off by turning off both the natural disasters, because if I haven't caused the disaster, it just isn't happening. Now we'll make a 6x6 network of islands. You may think that this looks the same as the Sheep of Doom video, but it isn't. It's completely different. They were square islands, remember? And these are circles. That's just one of the many things I do to keep things fresh and exciting for you. Next, we'll go ahead and number them 1 to 6 along here and letter them from A to F down under. Grid fans, prepare to be excited.
This doesn't smell quite the way I expected.
Because this is a perfectly below average grid. We'll give the map a nice descriptive name. Orcs hate animals, people and each other. Next, we'll draw a little orc over here. Right, he looks like balls, quite literally. Let's try again, shall we? That's better. It's a horrible thieving orc. We'll name him Sir Bix. Next, we'll add some grass, trees and berry bushes to each island. We'll also cut out a little clearing where we can place one orc per island. We will give them 10 years to build. In this time, they'll establish their kingdoms and we'll give them fitting names such as the orcs who love sticks, the orcs who accept everything, and the orcs who rap badly. Once year 10 occurs, the fun begins, as we will go to the Wheels of Fortune. The first wheel is made up of all the creatures that can be spawned within the game. Most of the choices are bad, as they spawn stuff that will attack and kill the orcs. There are, however, good things, like cows for example, who are just happy to die and won't attack back, which means it's free leather and free experience. The next wheel determines how many animals are spawned. It can be anywhere from 10 to 100. There are more lower numbers than there are the higher numbers. This increases the odds of a lower number, making the higher numbers more exciting. I mean, just look at the 100. There is only one of them and it's called the Animal Apocalypse. Yeah, isn't that exhilarating? I personally haven't felt excitement like this since I watched my neighbour paint his fence. Knowing how much people love a good wheel, I decided to go crazy and add another one which works alongside this wheel. It's the number multiplier wheel. Finally, this wheel is for the locations, which are, well, locations. That's it really. Right, it's year 10. The kingdoms have had more time than I was given to prepare for life. It's time for our first choice. We just want to get them all spinning, and here we go. Biomass, 10 of them on D5. D5 is the orcs who bike to work. The good news is they won't have to bike to work anymore. As I'm not a complete jackass, I won't just place the biomasses over the orcs buildings. Instead, I'll let the biomasses destroy them themselves. Look at you big boys, all grown up and killing kingdoms by yourself. Proud father creepy uncle moment. As expected, I don't think they're going to survive this. Their king's just died and this guy's just changed sides and is helping the biomasses. What a treacherous dog. A new choice now. Cow, 10 times 2, so 20 on C1. C1 is the orcs who blink slowly. We'll go ahead and deliver their cows to them. It's nice that instead of being barbaric and trying to use them for agricultural purposes such as milk or tractor driving, the orcs choose to just destroy all traces of their existence. These orcs get free gifts while the biomasses annihilate the others. That's life for you. Some of the kids have gone crazy and are helping to beat their parents to death. That really is life for you. A new pick now. Butterflies, 15 times 4, which makes 60 on B6. So it's the orcs who whip each other. Looks like you'll be getting some friendly little butterfly companions. Be gentle though. Yeah, just like that. I'd hate to see what you do when you aren't being gentle. Who am I kidding? I'd love to see that. Meanwhile, the orcs who bike to work are officially dead. First one's out. Teaches you to bring a bike to a gunfight. Next up we have fairies. 50 plus 5, so 55 on F6. F6 is the orcs who don't identify. Ah, fairies, the staple of any fantasy world. What the crappity crap? The fairies are little terrorists. If you kill them, they explode. I mean, it's your own fault if you die to this. You don't have to be little shits and attack them. Come on, guys, really? You're like kids that are told not to touch the stove. Yeah, you do it over and over and over. Well, you've just gone and killed your king by slapping a fairy into him. Are you happy now? Some of the other islands have built docks, so exploration and wars can begin. Another year, super pumpkins, 15 times 4, so 60 on C5. That's the orcs who worship Child Slinger. 60, huh? Not sure we'll even fit all of them on here. Well, slap my knees and call me Charlie. It looks like the boogeyman's vomited, but it fits. We'll leave the orcs to be carved up by the pumpkins. It's kind of like a role reversal. Just a bit of fun, really. Meanwhile, back with the orcs who don't identify, they're still burning their own town down by punching small winged beasts. New choice, sand spiders, 15 times 3, so 45 on F6. Well, this might stop the whole fairy massacre now. We'll go ahead and throw them down, 45 of them in fact. They basically just run around making sand until they die. Luckily for our world, their lifespan is only a few seconds. Yep, they'll just make a mess of our lovely grid, destroy a few bases along the way, connect a couple of the islands up and die a glorious death. It's nice because now the other kingdoms are connected to the island with the fairies, and despite seeing the fall of a kingdom that once stood there, all the orcs are just running over to punch some fairies of their own. Seems a low IQ is a common trait amongst orcs. New choice, snakes, 10 times 5, so 50 of them on B2. B2 is the orcs who eat children. There we go, they don't do much damage but they do poison, so they might lose an orc or two from that. Seems this area has settled down a bit now. Look at all the orcs sprinting over to see who gets the chance to punch a fairy. It's going to become a new sport soon enough. The snakes are all dead. Don't think the orcs even lost anyone. Another year, corrupted brain, which we have limited to 1 because it's really corrupted. On F2, it's the orcs who hate their families. Oh, this seems appropriate. Just plop it in the middle and watch the magic unfold. They didn't take much convincing, really, did they? The brain was like, kill your parents. And the orc was like, no. And the brain was like, please. And the orc was like, sure. This guy's just beating his own children to death with sticks. Something we see a lot in this game and my channel. I hope I don't need to start putting warnings on my videos for you not to mimic them. New choice now, rhinos. 10 times 1, so 10 on C2. The orcs who are late to life. Enjoy your horned beasties. They may or may not survive this. Those are the only choices, because I doubt they're going to become friends. Meanwhile, the family haters are still murdering each other. You know that old saying, a family that kills together chills together. The rhino fight seems to be going okay. No, I spoke too soon. This is going bad. No, wait, I spoke too soon again. It's fine. Another pick now. Bandits, 10 on F5. It's the orcs who lie about their age. Here are 10 bandits who want to steal your orc eggs. Let's see if you can fend them off. I think the orcs are in trouble. But wait, what's this? A miracle from the west? The orcs who love nature and pee have decided to come and defend their neighbours. What is this madness? You're meant to hate each other. Oh, even more reinforcements? The orcs who steal ideas have stolen the idea to defend the liars and have joined the battle. Wow, that was truly magical. They've managed to kill the bandits and restore orkiness to the world. I wonder if more magic has happened. Like maybe the family haters have figured out a way to get along. No, they haven't. Next up, we have a flame tower, which is limited to 1 on E5. Orcs who love sticks. Oh, you're so going to wish you didn't use so many sticks to build your houses now, because it's about to rain fire. Yep, not only does it shoot fireballs that fling the orcs across to other islands, but it also spawns little demons that are just way too powerful for this stage of the game. They're desperately trying to destroy the tower before they die. And what's this? They've only gone and done it. The tower is destroyed, but the demons are going to kill them anyway. Another year now. Live in houses, 20 plus 10, so 30 on B4. It's the orcs who hate dinosaurs. They don't even have 20 houses, so we'll just do all of them. There we go. I'd say they could win this because they have quite a high population. However, it appears that most of their people are in fact children. They've just killed the mother building though. That could shatter the foundations of all the others. What? Why are you trying to rebuild a base buildings while you're under attack. I wouldn't even want to see another building after watching one consume my children. But that's just me. Maybe you've enjoyed it. And the base is gone again. The new village is destroyed. And they've built... No, wait. They've lost another one. A new choice now. Little grasshoppers. 25 times 1 on C3. Orcs who drink milk are getting some free experience, and I guess grasshopper leather. Pumpkin Island is still looking rather orange, and the houses are still hunting children. The madness has spread to a new island. The orcs who eat fire are now just killing each other. New pick, penguins, 10 plus 10, so 20 on F2. Oh, that's unfortunate. We're just sending in a group of penguins to brawl to the death. It's like the Fortnite World Championship, except I care who wins this. No way, I still don't. Most of the bases are all in their 30s now. Not age, but population wise. Another year now. Cats, 10 on C4. The orcs who aren't orcs. If you aren't orcs, then what are you? Cat killers, apparently. Made short work of that. The penguins are all dead. And now the orcs who are all called Derek are attacking each other. Another year now. Frogs? Animal apocalypse. 100 times 1 on A4. It's the orcs who play chess backwards. Now you get a plague of frogs upon your lands. Not enough to do much, but supernatural being bless them, they're trying. And what's this? The brain has been destroyed? Maybe it became self-aware and just imploded. I know that can happen sometimes. I think that's what happened to my brain. Biomass again. 50 plus 0, so 50 of them on E3. It's the orcs who rap badly. Despite your many flaws, you're about to get a big audience. It's just a shame they're going to eat you before you can ever drop a single. Red ants next. 10 times 3, so 30 of them on D5. D5 is this island with the first lot of biomasses. The red ants will basically reform the island and make weird square patterns. It's basically like alien crop circles, except they're square. They're just stealing an idea and replacing circles with squares. Who even does that? Oh, I can see the ants are bridging islands together. That means the little biomass babies that were stuck can go wandering, where they'll stretch their little biomass legs and fill their biomass bellies with orcs. Another pick now. More penguins. 10 times 1, so 10 on E3. Well, that's the biomass island. Let's be honest about this. We're basically just feeding the biomass as some penguins. Yep. Yeah, we did this. We caused this unnecessary suffering. Seems the pumpkin war is still raging. The orcs who sneeze on salad are coming up to help. But with the sheer number of pumpkins still alive, I doubt even with their age they'll survive. Meanwhile, the orcs who aren't orcs have just declared war on the orcs who raise cattle. Talk about a jerk move. Cattle raising is hard enough without battling pumpkins and jerks. Butterflies now. 10 times 3, so 30 on E6. Well, you've got some butterflies now to help you against the pumpkins. And you say I'm not a nice god. Oh, the orcs who aren't orcs have just been connected. That'll teach you to start wars against people who are struggling. Next up we have Crabzilla. 25 plus 10, so 35 on D6. The 35 here isn't the amount, but the duration. 35 seconds of giant crab ripping apart everything. D6 is the orcs who deal with problems. Oh, shave my back and call me a problem. Basically, the rule with Crabzilla is we can go any direction so long as we stay on land. We're just a big old land crab who's afraid of water. The way I came up with this rule is because I just thought of it. And I am the big crab, so I doubt the orcs are going to argue with me. I'm just going to melt this whole corner. Some for you and some for you. There we go. Now when people reminisce about the Great Pumpkin War of Year 30, they'll remember no one's a winner. A giant crab came into existence, wiped out the kingdoms and imploded due to a shellfish allergy. Poetic justice. So yeah, this entire side is pretty much gone now. Monkeys next. 25 times 4, so 100 bloody monkeys on E2. E2 is the orcs who accept everything. Uh-oh. I think this is how Planet of the Apes started. Well, this is what 100 monkeys looks like. Let's see what happens. They're just covering people head to toe in monkey poo. I would hate to go out this way. I don't think you'd even get an open casket, what with the smell and everything. They're making short work of this kingdom. So many monkey-related work deaths. And the orcs are just doing what they do best and accepting it. They're gone, but the monkeys aren't finished there. Oh no. They're throwing their poo across the ocean to knock out people on neighbouring islands. They're just like the French. Meanwhile, on Monkey Island, the mayhem continues. continues. They're managing to thin out the numbers of the orcs who are accountable and the orcs who fire blanks. Is there no stopping this hairy poo flinging army? Put the comma where you feel it's needed. Oh, a new village has been founded. So the orcs who steal ideas are trying to rebuild. However, it's just one guy and he's starving to death. We'd need a Thanksgiving miracle for him to survive. Next up, we have more fairies. 10 plus 0, so 10 on A3. It's the orcs who are dorks. And we know what fairies mean now. Yep, this. Why do they insist on killing the fairies when it means burning their towns down? Interesting. The orcs are getting energized as well now. It's transferring to them. Meanwhile, the monkeys are still monkeying. And the orc who was starving has managed to bring a child into the world, which just seems cruel given the food shortage. Unless the child is food. Dun dun dun. It isn't, don't be disgusting. Somehow, the orcs who lie about their age have survived the Crabzilla and started to rebuild in the desert. Year 35 brings crocodiles. 10 plus 5, so 15 on A1. A1 is the orcs who eat porks. I've eaten crocodile before and to me it tastes like fishy pork, so they might enjoy this. Looks like they're trying to deep fry it. I love that random energized orcs just keep blowing up. The king of the orcs who are accountable has been slain by a monkey. Fortunately, they just knighted a new one and he's dead too. Nice, this is the dynasty of orcs who die to monkeys. They're traveling across the oceans. They must have learnt to make like banana boats. Or floaters. Whatever the case is, they're invading the orcs who eat fire. A new year. Corrupted brain on E1. It's the orcs who are accountable. I guess they are accountable for becoming mad now. Now child, parents and loved ones must battle to the death while monkeys throw shit at them. What a beautiful picture we're painting here. I wonder if it's possible for the monkeys to destroy the brain. Otherwise, they could be in trouble as well. Yep, here we are. It's turning monkey against monkey. Does it have no limit to its madness? A new pick now, sand spiders. 15 times 1, so 15 on B4. It's the island that belonged to the dinosaur people, which now is just the island of angry architecture. Well, the buildings are going to be able to visit their relatives on other islands once the sand spiders make little bridges. There we go. Got quite a few connections made. The orcs are all charging in to destroy the rabid buildings. It's yet another tale of orcs banding together to destroy, buildings. I'm sure there's a message of peace lost in here. Got some zombies now. 10 plus 0, so 10 on C1. It's the orcs who blink slowly. Here's your Walking Dead. Of course, as the zombies attack, they infect people. So this is going to be quite tough, even with just 10 of them. Meanwhile, the monkeys have turned their attention to the biomass island. The orcs who are dorks have been killed. They've been taken over by the orcs who play chess backwards. It's our first casualties of war. Everyone else has just been dying to random animal attacks. The orcs who blink slowly have fended off the zombie invasion for now. Buffalo now, 15 times 2, so 30 on B1. It's the orcs who dance in hospitals. Better prep the dance floor because you're all going to get mauled. Well, it looks like they're defending it pretty well. The buffalo are dead with minimal casualties. The monkeys are still monking. Unluckily for the orcs who blink slowly, it turns out the zombie invasion is still happening. Luckily though, they do have the orcs who are late to life shooting the occasional arrow over at both the zombies and their people. Next up we have, come on dragon, butterflies. Right, well they're like dragons, only smaller and not dragons. Another animal apocalypse now, plus 10 on A2. Well, this is 110 butterflies. Good luck, you pointlessly winged bastards. The map's still looking alright as a whole. We've got an invasion going on. The orcs who fight for food are attacking the orcs who drink milk. Seems like they're losing though. Another pick now, druids, 10 plus 5, so 15 druids on E1. So E1 is the corrupted brain island. It means we're about to get some druid on druid action. Wow, that was underwhelming and quick. A phrase I've heard too often in my life. They've got some crazy range to them. Now they're shooting across at the orcs who fire blanks. The orcs who are all called Derek are also in trouble. And the orcs who lick yellow snow are in trouble for more than one reason. The orcs who were late to life have stolen the base off the orcs who blink slowly. They're just Orcs reforming the island after its zombie apocalypse. A new pick now, beehive, 10+0, so 10 on C2. The Orcs who are late to life are getting 10 beehives, which is good if they like honey or punching beehives. Yeah, as expected. They like punching beehives. Some of the monkeys are up to 80 kills now, and the Orcs who lick yellow snow have been wiped off the face of the earth by the druids. Now the druids have turned their attention to the Orcs who fire blanks and the derricks. The Orcs who fight for food are expanding further. Grasshopper next, 20+5 on B4. B4 is an empty tile, but it is connected to 4 islands, so any of the neighbouring Orcs could run over and crush Pinocchio's conscious for experience. There we go. Orcs are just running over to stomp on them. Isn't it exciting? There's only 3 Orcs who fire blanks left. We've got UFOs next. 10 times 1, so 10 on C6. It's the Orcs who are attracted to feet. I guess this is what you get for finding hideous feet attractive. Well, they've immediately just spread out and ignored the feet lovers. Seems like the aliens are mostly peaceful up until some idiot with a bow tries to take one out. The Orcs who aren't Orcs are under attack. They're also after the Orcs who have lied about their age. Another year, tumors, 15+10 on E3. That's the biomass island. So we're going to have a biomass versus tumor brawl. Looks like the biomasses are winning, or at least I think they are. Who knows really? A UFO is attacking the Orcs who eat fire. Seems the UFOs are pretty well spread out over the battlefield. Currently the Orcs who fight for food and the Orcs who play chess backwards seem to be the leading kingdoms. New year, living plants, 15 times 1, so 15 on B2. It's the Orcs who eat children. It's not quite all the plants on the island, but it's most of them. There we go. I guess it would be quite distressing to be gifted sight when the first thing you see is your loved ones turned into houses and furniture. I know if I woke up to that, I'd be at least a little bit upset, especially if there was poor workmanship. The tumors have lost to the biomasses. The monkeys are now throwing their crap at the Orcs who eat fire, while a UFO circles around and burns their village to the ground. New pick, sand spiders, 10+0, so 10 on D4. It's the blank island. They will join up smaller islands, which does make the fighting easier. There we go. The Orcs who fight for food are connected. Another choice, necromancer, 10+5, so 15 on B5. B5 is the Orcs who look at stuff. Well, look at this. You're going to die. What's this? The Orcs who play chess backwards have sent their military over to help? Even with this support, I think the necromancers are coming out on top here. That's the army of the dead for you. The necromancers are just collecting skeletons. What's this? The monkey island has been destroyed. It's on fire and there's only a few monkeys left hiding out amongst the druids. We have 1 monkey left here with 122 kills. As the last surviving monkey, we have to obviously call him the Monkey King. Back with the necromancers, or at least where they were, because apparently they're all dead? Maybe the UFOs killed them, not sure what happened, but I can't seem to see them anymore. Chickens now, 10 times 3, so 30 on A2. This is just some free experience for the Orcs who throw forks, really. The derricks are in deep trouble in the south. 2 UFOs, druids and monkeys are bombarding them. Bandits now, 10+0, so 10 on F2. It's the blank island. If there are 2 things bandits hate, it's UFOs and grass. Oh no, the derricks have died. Sheep next, 50+10, so 60 on B2. 60 sheep on the Orcs who eat children's base. More free experience then. The Orcs who dance in hospitals have just taken down a UFO. If they can kill this 1-year-old alien, they'll get an alien blaster. Meanwhile, the Monkey King is about to starve to death because he couldn't decide what his favourite food was. Sorry, Monkey King, you've done well. Next up, Dragon's Mate. 10+5, so 15 on A4. A4 is the Orcs who play chess backwards, main base. 1 dragon would have been a problem, but 15, I think they're going to die. Yep, there we go. The chess player's island is just a big fireball now. The Monkey King has just died. I declare the next month a national holiday. It will consist of a meal made entirely from bananas each day, and you can only make monkey noises as we mourn our fallen comrade. The dragons are now spreading across the land, murdering all in their way. The Orcs who sleep in traffic have lost their base. Considering it's been less than a year, the numbers of each kingdom are thinning out rapidly because of these dragons. The Orcs who are taller than Dave have also lost their base. They've rebuilt it though. A little fire won't stop them. We've got another Crabzilla now, 10+5, so 15 seconds on E5. Looks like he has a choice between either the Orcs who lie about their age or the Orcs who steal ideas. I have a feeling I know where he's going to go, mainly because I'm the one that's going to be controlling him. That's right. We're going to murder the Orcs who steal. No one likes thieves. No A1. If you steal something, you're Cerbix. I mean bad, you're bad. I meant to say bad. That's the end of Crabzilla. Well done. Meanwhile, the dragons are still just burning entire kingdoms to the ground. The orcs who cast cats in plays are almost out of the game. New villages are being erected amongst the ashes of the old bases. You can see the top half of the map is entirely suffering now. Most of the dragons are on low health, however. Snowmen next, 10 plus 10, so 20 on B2. It's the orcs who eat children. With the amount of fire on the island, I don't think the snow people are going to last very long. But being the proud snow people they are, they will freeze people as long as they can. The orcs who dance in hospitals have stolen the base of the orcs who eat porks. The orcs who lie about their age are also under attack by a dragon now. One of the dragons have been slain by an orc named Ride. He's happy despite currently being on fire. What a happy little fellow. We could all learn a thing or two from Ride here. You should smile despite how much pain you're in. Some tumors next, 15 times 3, so 45 on A1. Well, this is what happens when you steal someone else's land. You get tumors and die. The orcs who are attracted by feet have come out of nowhere with a new base. The orcs who dance in hospitals are trying to fend off more UFOs. Their king, who has low health, does have an alien blaster though. Some of their people have been imprisoned within the bee for all eternity. I mean, I could release them, but I'm not going to. The tumors have fire spreading over them rapidly. The orcs who are taller than Dave are rebuilding. Another dragon is dead. The king has abandoned the orcs who dance in hospitals. Their base has vanished. Some crocodiles now, 10 times 2, so 20 on C2. C2 looks mostly abandoned, but it does belong to the orcs who fight for food. The crocodiles are just making short work of the orcs that remain on the island. It appears they've moved to another island to try and rebuild another base. The crocodiles are moving over to the main island though and attacking that as well. A new pick, blue ants, 10 plus 20, so 30 on C6. It's the orcs who are attracted to feet. They're just going to turn the whole island into sand and water. The crocodiles have met their match against the orcs who eat children, but not before taking out another of the orcs who fight for their food space. The bottom left is now desolate. Matey boy here has a blaster that he's just zapping people with. Seems there's still one dragon alive that is flying around doing dragon things. Sand spiders again now, 15 on C5. C5 is this empty tile. Hopefully it will just connect up more of the lands together. Now the orcs who whip each other can go down if they want to. The orcs who love nature and P have slain a dragon. We've got more zombies, 10 times 2, so 20 on A1. I guess the zombies are going to have to fight whatever tumors remain on the island, all while being murdered by Blaster Boy. More blue ants, 10 plus 0, so 10 on C2. It's another empty tile, but they'll cause more mayhem to the surroundings. We'll just leave them to do their thing. The original ones have made this beautiful abomination, all while being played with by the orcs. The zombies are still alive somehow. Oh, he's just shot one over to the orcs who eat children, and he finished it. He just wanted to show them what he was capable of. More UFOs now, 10 plus 5, so 15 on C2. It's the Ant Island. They'll probably just spread out all over the map again and do the bare minimum. They've gone straight for the druids. The war of the aliens versus the druids has been raging for 30 odd years now. The crocodiles are trying to help the druids now, bless them. The rest of the UFOs are just flying over different orc kingdoms. They've just started to blast the feet lovers. Super pumpkins now, 20 plus 5, so 25 on E6. E6 is the top of this mess of islands. Here we go, 25 super pumpkins spitting out little super pumpkin babies. Meanwhile, the UFO and druid battle is still happening. The orcs who eat porks are under attack by the UFOs as well. As expected, the little pumpkins are moving south. They just have to survive the UFO gauntlet first. The zombies have been blasted over to the orcs who play chess backwards. New pick now. We've got more monkeys. 10 plus 10, so 20 on D3. They're on an empty island but connected by this bit of land. We'll send them on their way. Meanwhile, the orcs who play chess backwards are going to lose to the zombie invasion. The mean alien is shooting the orcs who are trapped in the bee now. The orcs who lie about their age are being murdered by a horde of angry pumpkins. I think their race could survive as long as Forrest Gump here gets away. Run, Forrest! It's never like it is in the movies. Oh, they're down to their last 5 people now. Meanwhile, the orcs who eat porks have been killed by a bloody alien. The orcs who play chess backwards are still fighting the living dead. The zombies have spread to a third island now, which is connected to loads of other islands. Some rat kings next, 20 of them on B3. B3 is an empty tile, so we're going to just set up a Mortal Kombat style fight to the death between all the rat kings. One of them is running away because he has a taste for children. Oh no, wait, maybe he's befriending it. Yeah, I I'm still thinking he's befriending it in his own way. Meanwhile, the Orcs who eat fire are still under siege from the UFOs. The pumpkins have finally taken over the land mass. The monkeys are trying to take a UFO out, but there just isn't enough of them. They won't go down easily though, so prepare to be covered in feces. We're down to the last few kingdoms now. Isn't it exciting? The Orcs who eat children are surviving quite well. And just look at the amount of food they have stockpiled. They've even taken other people's food from their bases. The Orcs who love nature and pee are having to deal with the pumpkin people now. Buffalo now, 15 on F4. Oh, it's going to be reinforcements for the pea lovers. Let's see how the buffalo deal with pumpkins. Oh, good. They're helping the pumpkins to batter the children to death. The base is no more now with some intervention from aliens. If we look at the kingdoms list, there are actually a few kingdoms surviving that don't even have a base anymore. This means that a person, probably a child, is hiding somewhere on the map. 20 beehives on B6 next. It's mostly an empty tile. The Orcs who whip each other are still roaming around on it. You'll have 20 beehives to deal with now. Ask yourself, are you ready for hell on earth? You better be. Oh wow, this was underwhelming to say the least. Meanwhile, the aliens and the druids war is still raging. The alien here is still just blasting people. I really don't know how the Orcs who play chess backwards are still alive when their base is completely occupied by zombies now. The buffalo have survived as well somehow. New choice now, a corrupted brain on E3. So it's the tile that had the pumpkin and the tumours on it. Now it's just an empty shell of what it once was. It might be able to shoot down at the Orcs who eat fire if it's lucky. The monkeys are still trying to destroy the UFOs, and now they've called in the assistance of the druids, so the UFOs are finally falling from the sky. The feet-loving Orcs have just died. Their last person must have been found and killed. Now the Orcs who eat porks have also died. We're down to the final 6. The pea lovers don't have a base anymore, and their last guy is in the fire eater's base. So just like me, he can't really do much anymore, just kind of linger around existing. New pick, 15 flame towers on D3. It's an empty tile. Just have to that was easy. Now they're just going to spawn loads of demons and blast anything that comes near them. Oh right, the corrupted brain is turning the demons against each other. The brain's dead now, no fun. The Whippet team are still killing bees. The Orcs who play chess backwards are down to 2 people, and it looks like they're both on the Child Eaters Island, one of them being this rather hideous 72-year-old gold-toothed leader. It's a little bit cynical being happy when your kingdom is about to go extinct. Snowmen next, 15 on C4. C4 is another empty tile, but we'll release them into the wild anyway. They might go fight the demons if we're lucky. Oh, how lucky we are. The middle of the map is turning into an area you really don't want to be part of. The snowmen are now attacking the aliens. The zombie army is spreading rapidly. They're fighting the snowmen too. The Orcs who eat children are still being blasted by the aliens across the water. The Whippet brothers have just founded a new kingdom rich with honey. The Daves are still just doing Dave things. Another year, 30 living plants on A2. Oh, how lovely is the remainders of the chess walk space. Now the zombies will have to battle nature. Nice, the base has finally gone. We have 4 civilizations still with bases, but there's still 6 alive. No, wait, 5 left. The pea lovers have just been wiped out. Currently, things are looking very good for the Daves. A UFO is toying with the Whippet brothers' emotions. They've survived so much just for aliens to come and taunt them. That was mean. It was actually just mean. We have 30 plague doctors on A3 next. Another empty tile. Turns out they aren't ranged units though, so they'll just have to avoid the UFOs. Oh, attacking the demons are we? You're plague doctors, not exorcists. The UFOs are swooping in to try and take out some of the towers. We've got 30 biomasses on F6 now, so it's the middle of the mess of deserts. Looks like a new war between biomasses and pumpkins is about to begin. The Orcs who play chess backwards may have just lost their final unit from old age. R.I.P. Yep, we're down to 4. Meanwhile, all the pumps have died. They died from the demons and not the biomasses though, so biomasses may be next. Ice towers 50 times 250 on E6. There's no way I'm fitting 250 50 on an island. Believe me when I say that's as many as we're going to get. So the ice towers are already under attack from the fire demons and biomasses. Meanwhile, the Whippet brothers have lost their base and now they're dead. No more Whippet brothers. 20 bandits on E5 now. Well, they aren't going to last long, but they can join this mess of a battle down here. There we go. They're just going to run around blowing up trees until they die from pumpkins, demons and ice monsters. Another year now. 25 bears on A3. Well, the bears might be outmatched at this stage of the game. Oh, joy. They're immediately going to fight the plague doctors. Looks like the bears will be extinct in no time. The Daves are expanding their base to a third tile and it's gone. The cold ones are taking out the biomasses now. This is still happening with the druids and the UFOs. When will it stop? Black ants next. 45 of them on D6. D6 is another empty tile. But they're going to make a mess of the map a bit more, so they're very welcome to join our world. The cold ones have killed all the biomasses now, whilst the ants just do ant things and turn mountains into ant hills. We've got 15 demons on A5 now. It's part of the Dave's kingdom. Oh, that's one of their bases about to be wiped out. What's happened? The UFOs just took out their other base as well. This is just messy now. We've got 30 more UFOs on A6. That's over the Dave's island. Fortunately for them, the UFOs tend to spread out when they spawn. It's getting very close to the end now. Can you feel it? I can. There are 2 cities remaining, but 3 kingdoms. The Child Eaters are under attack by more aliens. The Daves are desperately trying to rebuild, and their base is gone again. Fairies now, 10 of them on E6. E6 is the ice people's base, so they're just going to kamikaze amongst the towers. Seems no one likes the fairies. 20 foxes on C2. That's this island here. This is a child from the Child Eaters base. He's run away, so I guess you could call him fast food. Or not. Base is still under siege from the UFOs. We've only gone and got more monkeys. 50 times 4, so 200 of the little buggers on B5. Oh joy, that's right here. Place 200 of them down and resume the game. Oh my, the monkeys are going everywhere. They want alien blood, but it seems everyone else wants to kill the little monkeys. Even the plague doctors are joining the hunt. I honestly expected more from them, but I guess they were victims of a targeted assault. The Child Eaters have just lost their base but have 3 people remaining. New choice, blue ants, 110 of them on C6. Just pop them down. Now they can continue tearing the world asunder. Oh, the UFO has shot a druid into the D. He swam out. What a cheeky bugger. Living houses next, 50 on F3. Oh, that's unfortunate. Out of all the tiles, it had to be yours. Well, there you go. Your houses are going to eat you. That's life. There are no more bases left at the moment, but there are 2 kingdoms. Penguins now, 20 of them on E6. This is just cruel. Go on, kill an ice tower. Go on. I believe in you. Go on. Not going to happen, is it? Too bad. Super pumpkins, 20 on F2. This is the Orcs who eat Fire's other island. Sorry about this. I promise I'm not doing this on purpose. Here's the last leg of the war. 18 Orcs versus 17 Orcs. It's the Fire Eaters versus the Daves. 45 ice towers on B2 next. This is as close as anyone's going to get to 45. Oh, this could end badly. There's some UFOs flying over the Daves. The Fire Eaters have just rebuilt their base. Oh, the Daves Island is getting close to connecting. I think if it connects, they're done for. Some are already swimming across to fight the wildlife. The demons and cold ones are killing them. Oh, it's connected. This is bad. They're running south to find new promised lands, but there is a gauntlet of creatures to get through. Another year, dragons, mate. 20 of them on E1. The dragons are spreading. One's already over with the Fire Eaters. It's 3 Orcs versus 16 Orcs. 2 versus 11. 2 versus 9. This is the last survivor of the Daves. It looks like he might be okay. He is now the chosen one. Back over with the Fire Eaters. The dragons are just melting their faces. It's 1 versus 8. The chosen one's dead. He was in fact the not so chosen one. That means the Fire Eaters are the winners. Yay for fire eating. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching my midlife crisis unfold in the form of tormenting a world by being a god, as much as I've hated every minute of it. If you'd like to see more of this game, then yell in the comments really loudly. For now, I'll just bring the survivors to Survivor Island and let them live out their remaining days in peace. Or not. Until next time, toodaloo.